And welcome to Healthcare Sex Live update of the virus.
Authorities in China say the death toll from the coronavirus has now passed the 800 mark. That means that the disease has now killed more people than the deadly SARS outbreak in 2003. Almost all the reported deaths and most of the new infections are in the Chinese province of Hubei, where the coronavirus was first discovered. Globally, there are now some 37,500 confirmed cases of the virus. China says there have been fewer new infections than in previous days, but overall the virus continues to spread. On Monday, millions of Chinese are expected to return to work after the extended Lunar New Year break is over. Nevertheless, China is still far from back to normal.
This is the extent to which China is trying to get a grip on this outbreak. Medical officials forcibly remove a family from their home. It is believed they had just returned from Wuhan and had refused to self-quarantine. A third man is determined not to go without a struggle. In the end, it takes 4 adults to drag him out. At the World Health Organization, the spread of the disease isn't their only struggle.
At WHO, we're not just battling the virus, we're also battling the trolls and conspiracy theorists that push misinformation and undermine the outbreak response.
With more than 800 fatalities, the coronavirus has killed more people than SARS, but the real number could be higher. Whistleblowers have reported doctors not diagnosing cases and disposing of bodies. Meanwhile, rescue flights continue. 30 Filipinos were flown out of Wuhan, ground zero of this virus, and landed back in the Philippines on Sunday. More than 20 countries are now affected, with almost 40,000 cases. Among them, a family of 5 living in the French Alps were infected after coming into contact with a man who'd been in Singapore.
My daughter was in the same class as the boy who has contracted the coronavirus. And what we really condemn as parents is that we haven't received any information, either from the school or from the city hall, on what we should do now.
2 local schools will be shut for the next week. Authorities here finding that, like the virus and misinformation, concerns spread quickly too.
Dr. Sterios Moskos is a molecular biologist from Northumbria University in Newcastle in the UK and joins me now. Sterios, hi. More people have now died from the coronavirus than from the deadly SARS outbreak nearly 20 years ago. Is that a cause for new worries?
No, it's not. And quite simply because the number of cases that we have for coronavirus
No, it's not, guys.
outstrips the number of cases overall that we have for SARS. So the relative danger
Tamping it
of the
down,
virus is
tamping it
much smaller.
down.
I think
Tap.
what we need to pay attention is the requirement for people to be informed of correct information. The virus is almost exclusively affecting China right now. There's a handful of cases around the world. That is in itself cause for attention and concern, but for public health authorities and governments, it's not at the moment something that people on a day-to-day life should be concerned about. You just raised the point about a family whose child was in the same school as the one affected in the Alps.
Tap it down. It's not that bad, guys. It's really not. They're dragging people out of their houses. There's 400 million people in quarantine, guys. But it's not that bad. Tap it down. Tamp it down. Hide the truth. This guy's another bozo, but again, freedom of speech. Believe who you want.
Contracting the virus now. Have we reached the outbreak's peak?
No, what we are seeing is that the number of people getting infected is remaining fairly consistent. It's not accelerating.
It's not?
You know, we all are gonna basically
that we know of, that they're letting us know of. I put to you, it's way out of control, and they're just trying to tamp it down because World Bank, One World Order, Agenda 21, they don't want you to know till it's too late. And besides, people might not go to work and pay their taxes. We can't have that. We can't have people keeping their money, buying food and supplies because they know SHIT is going to hit the fan. It's up to you. You decide, guys.
You don't need to be wearing a mask unless you yourself are experiencing flu symptoms. And this is not my opinion. This is what the WHO.
Don't worry, WHO. Don't wear a mask now.
Not what we need to be doing because it's not going to offer us any protection from getting the virus. We need to be making resources available to China and other countries who are under-resourced compared to China, so that if the situation gets worse, they have the necessary supplies to cope.
And so we can spread it, guys, to where it's unstoppable.
You're very welcome.
Authorities in Hong Kong have lifted the quarantine on a cruise liner docked in its port over the coronavirus. Some of the 3,600 passengers began disembarking from the ship on Sunday. The vessel's been held in the cruise terminal since Wednesday.
Mask was off.
Previous passengers had contracted the virus. Officials said all 1,800 crew on board had now tested negative for coronavirus. And let's turn now to some of the other stories making news around the world. Voters in Switzerland look set to criminalise homophobic comments made in public.
Okay. Who do you believe? Well, I'll tell you. We've been knowing about these things coming from a long time. So I'm going to throw a Bible phrase at you. Go and watch the 7 seals, 7 trumpets, 7 bowls. There's one that comes up that's red. I'll try to post that in the little box for you. Go check out this and listen to it. And you make decisions. It's the quicker version. It's only a few minutes. I think the girl narrates it very well. I've researched this subject for a long time. So the quick version is just as good as the long version. You just don't have all the strung out details, but you get the idea. But with that being said, at some point in there, it talks about 1/3, give or take, of animals, the sea people. You also talk about One World Agenda and Bill Gates and his things, and how let's get rid of a certain number of people, then it makes it easier to control and to take over and to implement the One World Agenda. I'm not the only one saying this, guys. And if you think that's not what's coming, shut the video off. Go somewhere else, guys. I'm just here to give you your options. You get to make the ultimate decision. But I don't believe in coincidences. No way. And I'm telling you, this thing is a bioweapon. It's out of control. And we are just starting to see the tip of the iceberg. And this is definitely a Titanic situation. Unless some miracle happens. And I want to refer back to my other videos. Where's the pictures of the military over there? Yeah, we see those every day, every other day, them showing off their military. Where's the military, guys? Where's the emperor and all those people? I heard the president and certain other people are in underground and bunkers already, guys. I'll try to find some of that and send it to you. I heard that from a place today. And with that, I'm going to let you go. And remember, healthcare sucks! Over and out. Oops. Wrong hand, man. Bad hand. Stay safe.